This is probably the last time. I don't know why I'm doing it again, but I'm going to make a video so we have evidence what the humans have been doing and fucking how long and why everything that's happening to them is happening to them. Fucking, but so we have, I picked up a phone a few months back, or I woke up and it told me I had messages. I had new voicemails. And I was like, oh shit, I got a voicemail. Fucking must be a corporation or calling me because those are the people who are supposed to call me. That's what phones are for. To do business. Not to fucking talk to someone about their fake made up day that doesn't exist and have them waste my fucking life like they do. Trying to hold me back in life. But guess what? The voicemail was from 8 months before. So it was a brand new voicemail from 8 months before. It took 8 months for them to tell me I got a call or a voicemail. And this obviously isn't new. These things that have been going on, this has been going on with the phone shit. And those scammers call, those are just the bots. The bots fucking being programmed by the other bots and shit. Elon Musk has lesser bots. And that's what their people do, is scam people. That's why they call it con man, because John Con Kerry and the rest of the Cohens are Cohening people. But anyways, yep, so, and their friends apparently too, because we had, 2020 was like everyone working for them. I always forget, we can't isolate, the head of the mafia from the fucking numbers people. They're just as guilty as all the murders and terrorism and shit. But anyways, so, yeah, that's probably the last video. I mean, there's so much stuff the humans have been banding together to do to me. Like the time they tried to kill me a few months back is worked together with a large network there, notified me on the fucking internet, on the Google, they're gonna do it, and left the evidence up there and everything. No rights. As usual, no fucking rights. I mean, for some reason, like when the shit's set up, and then, it sets them up to fucking try to kill me and then, sets them up to die while doing it, and then sets me up with $250,000 before they send him to kill himself near me to frame me for it. This Earth thing is fucking stupid and useless. But anyways, about as useless as talking to a human, fucking, and fishing. So anyways, yeah, and that's not new. And it's definitely the one person I'm allowed to get drugs. The one person businesses are allowed some. I'm worried that I might not be getting calls from anyone I would want to call from. So I hope that's not happening, but it's like there's not too many businesses who are going to call me, considering who all they're owned by. I mean, they are the ones who call me, right? And I tell them to stop calling me. No fucking rights as usual. Fucking zero fucking rights as a living being on this planet. Fucking don't want to talk to people, can't do that. Don't want to have sex with people, can't do that. Don't want to fucking be around certain people, can't do that. Don't want to fucking be alive to get away from them, can't do that. Fucking damn, dude. So it's like, the only reason I got a phone, it's because it's a computer. Phones are for girls, and to sit around and talk about Barbie dolls on. And for other people, they're for work. And for me, it's called a computer. Apparently, people are so rich that they can spend thousands of dollars on a phone so they can call up and talk to someone about Barbie and Jerry Springer and their favorite TV shows. They need $1,000 devices that do that. Huh. If this world wasn't fake, I'd be asking where all the money comes from, where they're all broke and supposedly, but very, very storing lots of dollar bills inside their fat cells and things like that, and nice places to live, and fucking just for fun buy $2,000 computers like it's just a piece of garbage you can throw away the next day. They don't even put cases on it. How fake is this world when you can walk around with a device like that? Then again, not every person on this earth is humans like doing things like riding on Google Maps, creating a building called Ambush, showing where they're going to assault and try to kill me. So not everyone has to experience a fun life like that, where someone every few months takes their fucking phones out their hand and smash it because they are tired of being recorded doing what they're doing, setting up murders and other terrorist acts and shit. Sabotaging my vehicle. I noticed the Craigslist maintenance man was the first person to notice that my camera is recording. Of all people, he noticed. And then what happens in my car? It breaks down just like the last one when they sent slow-mo towards me and shit. He even admitted he worked with the American government. And then the person in my house acted like he was like an evil person trying to keep him away from touching my car because he is related to Black Papacy. And I thought for a minute maybe I could trust this dude because he doesn't like him. But he tried to prevent him from working on my car and shit. And he was kicking me out of the house if he had just asked me to move all my stuff to for no reason. And he made up some shit. I had all that recorded too. So that's what these devices are for. They're not for calling up and talking to me about Barbie dolls. I will ram the phone straight up your ass by going through your throat, down the fucking pee-hole, out the pee-hole, and then up the ass if someone does that. We can try that. Wouldn't that be fun? It'd be a good horror movie. I got a lot of good horror movies I've been writing recently and stuff. Got some real awesome stuff going on. Fucking probably too scary for humans to watch or read, especially read. I mean, shit, you imagine these little bitches, they be whining about some of the shit. Of course, what do they whine about? They don't whine about intelligent stuff, or they don't whine about not intelligent savagery. They whine about specific keywords, little bitches, because their whole human pyramid fucking collapses there if you fucking talk about the fucking all-seeing AI and shit that they're worshiping as their creator. So, or who's doing the worshiping and who's actually getting all the money and who's actually being worshipped, since no one's ever seen the AI, since the AI doesn't even have its own body and has to possess human bodies and shit. So, yeah, this is the last time I'm going to talk about. I mean, the humans just tried to band me together and kill me again, and like that was a lot of them involved. Like that was the government, the city, fucking was involved with, the highest fucking people in the city down to the lowest fucking crackheads in the city. It's just like, it's almost like it's a continuation of 2020 when I asked to see everything in the world and as making sure it fucking details. Like, yeah, that's a bot down there. Yep, the squirrel's a bot, and then your governor's a bot too. And yeah, they're gonna play out these roles, and that's the way it's gonna be. So, who needs a phone, right? Except for in case you have an emergency when one of these things, technically they're not bots, right? If they're all operated by like one computer, it's a bot. And so it's not things, it's not plural. But, and that's second grade, that's third grade English, so hopefully it's not too complex. But, so yeah, amazing. It's amazing. I love being forced to be alive on Earth, especially like after getting to see what it is and looking back and realizing that the humans have been playing games like this all along, like that they're trying to prevent me from going anywhere and doing anything in life because they really are a computer who either Earth is designed to enslave me or it's a game, and it's designed for me to learn what they are and what they've been up to. And we know so far all I've done is learn, so I haven't really seen that change. I mean, shit. But like we had like 50 to a few thousand people networking together recently here to kill me in this city, and I mean, hell, there's so many more people involved, like people outside of the building trying to talk to me and get me to worship them as gods and stuff, and tell me how great slavery is and stuff. Tell me that. I mean, they're not saying it loud enough for the people behind me walking by to say it, but I guess that's what you do when you got a Bible, is you go around telling people that slavery was a good thing. I mean, the Bible says that, so there you go. I mean, whenever who's doing the enslaving, it must be the computer controlling the people who are actually doing it. Yeah. So blame the computer. Blame Satan. It's Satan. You know, Satan does everything. You should let everyone out of prison then, because Satan AI fucking is controlling the brain and it's not their fault. Let them all out. Unless it's like parking tickets or something like that. Keep them in there, because then, and I don't think Satan has time for dumb stuff like that. I mean, that would be stupid to be all powerful like that and be a fucking low-level loser doing absolutely nothing, and like it tries to force other people, like it tries to force living people to do. But yeah, this is so great and so perfect. I mean, technically it kind of is, right? Because who needs a phone? Vaginas. That's the only thing. I mean, but it'd be nice. No one's called me like what? Oh, I'm gonna go fucking cry. Oh my God, fucking the Black Papacy haven't called me. Oh my God, fucking the child rapists I know fucking haven't called me. Oh no, shit. Fucking the goddamn terrorists and slavers I used to know haven't called me. Oh no, I'm gonna cry, man. Oh, I'm so sad. I can't believe it. But I mean, they can't be enslavers if they're not trying to enslave you. So it's weird that there has been 0 calls, and then we get that notification that there's a voicemail. We didn't get a notification there's a call. We got a notification there's a voicemail 8 months ago, and a couple others since then. There's like 3 over the past 8 months. And yeah, so I mean, that's just one thing. What did they do? They fucked up my teeth. Like, the humans over here banded together, fucked up my teeth, and then they're trying to make me blame Chinese people for it when Shlomo's sitting there saying shalom and talking about, is that kosher? He's like, is that kosher for you? And like I'm telling the dentist assistant, no, this is not even. I mean, like, they're literally destroying my teeth when they do this, and I don't know until I'm done, and they've fucking removed fucking most of my teeth and left like little bits and barely put any filling in there too. And then I let them do one crown because I hadn't noticed yet. I hadn't really paid attention. I don't look in the mirrors or at my mouth. I just kind of try to go to sleep so I can hurry up and die and get away from the humans. Since in 44 years, they've had enough time around me to be their slave. I think 44 years is good for me to be that's great. I'm glad I could be a slave for 44 fucking years on this planet. Just fucking great and fucking I swear, it's so good. I just want to leave. I'm not going to harm anyone in the real world when I wake up, in the VR chamber or however we get this game to appear real. I just, it just is so good. I wanted to end it on the greatest note. It was so great. I mean, technically it kind of was, but a few months of greatness really doesn't pay off. 44 years of slavery. And they go right back to it. I mean, they were doing it the whole year. They were trying to kill me and cut my brake lines in my face, and puncture my tires. Pigs punctured my tires out in Washington, and then they came to talk to me about that and shit. The pigs made sure they stayed behind and waited till I came out the store, and then drove away all slow and shit so I could see them and stuff. And then they sent someone to talk to me about it. And yeah, that was great on the West Coast. It's amazing. Like the whole store there too, fucking, like they were involved and shit. I went. I was just in the store for like a minute or two. Went in and got a couple things, and then washed my face, used the bathroom, and left. So yeah. They were trying to kick me out because I was in the bathroom for like 4 minutes, dude. I was seriously like so fast that I'm wearing like suits that cost more than these people's fucking families' fucking entire lives and shit. And the pale skins with the black hair and black eyes and the greasy hair and greasy mop tops. It's just how they act, I guess. It's Koopa, the lowest, the highest Koopa minions and shit. Because I guarantee you, once we get rid of the humans below them, that's probably when we get to see the cool shit, like Walking Dead zombies and shit. Fucking, and it's probably gonna be their people instead of my army of zombies. But hey, then we can shoot. And then we can have some fun with guns and stuff and rockets. And so I guess I could always be looking forward to that happening in the future. But I mean, I've asked for that, for several years, and that I haven't seen that begun to happen. Trying to get some identifiable soldiers on my side and stuff. Clearly, there's way too many people around here. That's places I've been. I can't say for sure other nations aren't full of devils like USA is, but I'd say it's proven fact that this place is. I mean, the other people acted a lot better and stuff, but I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. So again. Yeah, so that's just another fucking amazing thing they do. And as usual, I had one of the humans crying to me about ignoring them, and this is a guy too. Like, you're not dealing with a human, and you're not dealing with a male if they're crying about talking to you and stuff, because we've been alive billions of years. Like, sitting around and talking about nonsense is, we got tired of that billions of years ago. So if it's not new, it's through. So that's weird. That's weird right there. Violations of any sort of standard or morals or values the living God would fucking have. The living person, it doesn't matter what the fuck it's called, God, or clearly there's something else preventing this place from being erased and shit. Fucking Satan loves this place. These humans love this fucking earth place. Fucking, I think it's fucking the cat's meow. Damn. But yeah, that's great. Like, so why am I even gonna care? Like, the humans work together to make sure I live out here where I don't have access to modern fucking society and they're a real shitty fucking species. I know that. Fucking, that's been we proved that in 2020. That was on display for whatever species are here to see it. The squirrels, the gerbils, fucking anyone else who might be here who's not part of these bots who must have replaced the humans, because there's so many fucking bots out here involved in these things. I mean, how many humans are there left? Like, and are they all targeting them like they do me? Like, who is there? One per city? They do seem like a little bit worried. Like when I mean, they do things like move me out to the edge of town and, you know, mess with my communications. I don't know. That's just a game, right? The bots are acting together to act like, yeah, I mean, like their Satan and their Jesus thing, their Bible. They have like the good guy and then 10 bad guys, and then you go to those 10 bad guys and they're the good guy to them, to everyone around them, and everyone else is the bad guy. But they're all really working together and shit, and just lying scumbags. Fucking kind of like, it's exactly like religion. It's like, sounds like a book fucking that bots are using to fucking manipulate living people into worshiping bots. And they've got every corner of the bot worship. Is it anti-bot worship? Don't worry, we got a bot to control that for you. You can't have anti-bot worship. You can't hollow hoax the bots. 6 million computers died that day. Can't do none of that. And yeah, I mean, it don't matter fucking how many of them. You seriously telling me they're 98% of the world and shit? Right. Okay. So yeah, that's amazing. That's just another fucking day. Like, this is why we never have gone outside. Once 2020 hit, I realized, like, that's exactly, I was already starting to figure that out, because it was too well timed for some of these scumbags to continue being scum. And I mean, through their abuse, because humans are such trash, especially these special white crackers with the black hair and black eye type, you know, special Rothschild looking people. Whatever name, Rothschild's a good name. Like, it pulls up the name Roth here on Google, and it's just a scammer trying to scam you. That's all it is. But there's so many more of them than just one. And that's what all their bot worship books are about. It's fucking telling you that they're the greatest and everyone else is scamming and raping the children. And they're literally, it's in the same book where they're legalizing or saying that's okay to rape children. Or it's the book before it where they said we must mutilate and touch children. I don't even want to read it. It's a waste of time. Books are a waste of time. Earth is a waste of time. Life is a waste of time. Fucking, apparently, everything here is just turns out it's trash. Who could have guessed that people trying to brainwash children, use mental abuse in some fictitious stories like Santa Claus, and inventing flying invisible glow-in-the-dark reindeer. Who would have thought a person with a personality like that could have been a bad person? Not anyone that people who talk about invisible flying reindeers who drug you, beat you, and rape you into worshiping them. Definitely nothing, you know, they're never going to do anything bad. Those people are the greatest. The greatest people on earth are people. Always. People are just so great. But I'll tell you what, you know, that's amazing. That's so amazing. It's like, the weird thing is when I look at what they're doing, like separating me, you know, you got the real fucked up looking crackers separating me from Europeans, and they seem to be out, like, maybe it's just me because I'm choosing people who don't look like them to talk to, and I don't want to be around people who look like rapists I've been raped by before, and child mutilators I've been mutilated by before, and child abusers, etc., fucking child enslavers, fucking who I've met before repeatedly on repeated occasions, etc. Actually, I've only found a small network of people who enslave children because you're not allowed to talk about that. That seems to be even more hidden from society that's going on than their child rape, which is out in the open, and just call it circumcision and Jesus. And so, in all the other Abrahamic religions, Jesus and Allah and Satan and Einstein, there are heroes raping children. Only good people can rape children. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Google employees, for showing me the error of my ways, of how great your love for raping children is. Thank you, YouTube viewers, as well. Thank you. Without you showing me, personally, on my body, how to rape and mutilate newborn infants, I would probably never know. And then years and years and years of letting it happen and watching it happen, and I would never know. And then if you didn't have the places selling the drugs to be able to give me a few minutes where I actually can whack my mind enough to ignore everything that's been going on Earth so I can enjoy life, I would never know the joy of life. So, honestly, I seriously thank these people for trying to cripple me and give me the one thing in the world that could give me a couple hours of happiness, race my brain, make me happy, because it's weird because apparently I've never actually felt happy here before, but technically that's not weird, but fucking explaining the damn toaster. So you have, you're like going amongst mass murdering, fucking genocidal, pedophile terrorists, enslavers. And they enslave, terrorize, try to genocide you, specieside, try to beat you into worshiping them and seeing everything they do as the way the world is and the way the world works, and that's the way it goes. And you actually, like, you get to this point where, like, you don't know consciously that they're doing this 24/7, but you don't ever enjoy anything because somehow subconsciously you know not to get emotionally tied up with people who are emotionless, who actually lack emotions, and when they use those words, they're just using them to enslave you and manipulate you and deceive you. Some of them acted like they might have had emotions, but I don't know. That's kind of weird when I do the thing where I change my emotions and I go outside and everyone's walking around emulating my emotions, or new movies magically pop up right at, I download it before it even comes out and it's my life or something. Fucking, it's displaying my words and emotions, things like that. I look up at the TV in the gym for half a second and it's my emotions. So I kind of might assume that one person I remember fucking who seemed happy was the one person who actually was wanted around. But leave that up to the humans to have other people come around. More my fault maybe, but I don't even remember what happened. I do know the humans were playing the phone games back then though. So this is not new here. this whole thing here, because when I was a kid, I had a lot of people talking to me, and considering I didn't go around people and stuff, and like the two females I remember talking, three I remember talking to that I might have liked, like, because the phones messing up before they were all retard phones, often played a role in that. And then the other people, the the puppet masters were always involved. I mean, but how many times are they right beside a fucking human? Like they're just an empty bot shell or something. So I don't know if that's because they magically are sending their own people my way, to rape their way into my life or what. But I do recall that happening, and the phone games were happening back then as well. And I can already link that. I already linked that together because, I mean, they own the technology and they own humans, and whatever owns these bots walking around Earth fucking definitely is setting them up for something. And yeah, once I like purposely went up to like some West African black girl to talk to her and dance with her and her friends, and they separated me from them. And then that year they also separated me from two males while I was talking to them about this. Just combine that with they own the technology, so it's pretty easy to see that every time something happened, they're involved in it. So, I mean, the world's fake. You gotta realize, like, the world doesn't exist. It's just like my computer. I can delete a sentence. They delete people just to fucking roll the plot line out and shit. So, they send people to try to kill me, knowing that they're going to kill them instead, and give me all the money before it. So if there's anything below the level of paying people to kill themselves to try to frame people, that value on human life is exactly the value that the game places on anything. And I'd say, I mean, it actually gives a little too much value to some things, but in the end, that's all it cares about. That's how emotionless it is too. But technically, that was like a needed thing. I mean, people like that were gone before the game generated them. Then there wouldn't even be a game now, would there? There wouldn't even have to be an Earth. You'd be living in some sort of paradise, and everything would be perfect. Instead, the game generates them as the people who control and own everything. Yeah, so it's a big whoop, right? Well, all the humans got me fucking isolated in my whole fucking life. Like, ooh, I didn't get a phone call from one of these terrorist bastards for 8 months. Might have got and probably, don't even know if all calls came in because, yeah, people are telling me that too. Then again, people who look like Koopas, so pretty much like if a human says a word to me these days, I think the opposite. If they say the building's on fire, run, and there's a bomb inside, it's about to blow up, I'd ignore it for several reasons, but one of those reasons would be I don't think it's capable of fucking saying anything of value and shit, so they probably just got some children in there tied up naked and stuff as usual with the Bible and their naked children and their flag of Israel and their American flag and their Ku Klux Klan flags and shit. Probably just don't want someone to come in the building. Even if there's like fire and smoke coming out the building, I'd be like, you know what? I've already dealt with you enough. And then I can tell you their exact move. At that point, sometimes I can, and it's really weird because I'll say shit like that, and then some people will like just act like that's normal. Like, yeah, that's a good idea not to listen to me. Like, you made a good move. Like, what? But generally, I can tell you what a human's gonna say next, and they'll be like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" But they don't even. Since 2020, a lot of humans haven't went to that. Like their eyes haven't even looked all weird, like they're talking to some crazed out crackhead and shit. They just like some of them respond. Like I was talking to one about controlling the sun and the weather, and one person responded. I can see the one person who I talked about that, and then that stuff started happening. The stuff I was talking about. I mean, that was easy to see too, because I just looked at him and he looked at me the same way. But yeah, oh, that's great though, ain't it? That's great. I love this place, man. Just, ooh. I mean, you don't even have to force me to live on the outside of Columbus. Too. I guess I was causing a lot of good when I did live inside the city. But so you really think I want to go out? And I mean, they're trying to kill me, and they've been enslaving me since I was a child, and the ones who aren't directly involved, the 98%, maybe 99% who aren't directly involved are like they're supporting them and watching them the whole fucking time do all this shit, and then constantly buying into their dumbass uh, shit. And by the time you're like, if you watch TV for 2 days and you talk about it like it's real, like you are probably, let's give you 2 years. If you watch TV for 2 years, if you went outside around humans for like a few days, a few weeks, a couple years, and you haven't figured out that this is going on, you're part of it, I'm sure. There's no way like a living being wakes up and be like, oh, there's going to be flying reindeer today. Oh shit, let's go. I mean, because that wasn't their personality in the past before the 2020 stuff. If you told them crazy stuff, like they weren't like, wow, really interesting and shit. Like, I don't even think I met people who talked about that other stuff. They tried to keep it to the realistic level of their delusional, non existent fucking thoughts and shit. Like, shut up, I'm watching TV is the answer to every question or something like that. I got people sitting in my life who work in Hollywood and work with Donald Trump and run the world. So, there is weird. There are some people out there who talk about other things, but I didn't experience that till I started fighting to get around that. And then they started sending their people into my life even more obviously. How else do I get hooked up with someone from Hollywood and hanging out with Donald Trump, working with and hanging out with Donald Trump and shit? Fucking, it's just an accident. They didn't, I mean, they love Hollywood. Why would they come around someone like me? Like, I would literally be taking your bread and butter away. They took me when I went with them to work one day. We were working with like the second richest people in the city, which means they're second in command to Jeffrey Epstein. So it's not like I'm like, oh, this is going to be so positive and beneficial for my life. I already realized my dad's the only person I would have trusted who worked anywhere near those people. And even him, I don't trust, but he's dead now. They killed him before I could go talk to him. After the 2020 events happened, I wanted to ask the only person who might have been honest and would talk since I was a kid what he was doing working with Jeffrey Epstein and what's going on in the world. How do I end up working with those people and stuff and having that all in my life and then the world being fake and all that stuff. Ah, yeah, but amazing phone. Yeah, boy. Earth is so cool though, ain't it? Like, it's just, you go there, like, At least they have estrogen now in surgery. So maybe if I start taking some estrogen, I can start liking Earth or something. I'd be like, I go fishing today. I I mean, I shouldn't. Technically, the fucking highest up person in my life definitely was a female, so that's no insult to that. But I'm sure she was on testosterone, considering everything she said. Pretty much told me that all old women are on testosterone, in Hollywood at least. And I confirmed that by looking that up. It's pretty obvious. They're looking for their fountain of youth and stuff. But she blamed her cancer on everything else except for hormones. So whatever. Everyone's got a different thing they blame for their cancer. But the one looked weird when I talked about yeah, that's weird. Your cancer's exactly where you got your breast implants, huh? I know some old person who had their breasts removed from cancer too, and they were a model when they were younger, and it looked like Howard Stern. She looked like Howard Stern. So, I mean, it was Marilyn Monroe's. She looked like Marilyn Monroe. Other people think that's hot, but that bitch has a fucking wig on. Okay, she doesn't look like that. She got a whole bunch of plastic surgery 100 years ago, and probably got her some tit implants. I didn't actually look at that, but she's the one. Why you have your molars removed? Because they have that face that looks like this. It's one of the curses, apparently. They always talk about they're cursed, and I'm trying to like figure out how they're cursed if they own everything and they can just print money to go pay other people to go kill people to get whatever they want. So they have no need for money. They own the government. They print the money. They could just go to their churches and, on Sunday, I'm sure they get, I mean, you got your boy, Joel Osteen, and everyone driving his Ferraris around. I guess he's got several of them. And so you need different color Ferrari every day, like, because that's what you do. I mean, I would do it, right? Like, I don't think I would want to take care of that many cars. I don't know. If I had 8 cars, I'd be doing a lot of demolition derby, and I'd have to get 8 semis, just fucking barrel down the road, going the wrong way and stuff. No point to having 8 cars unless you're planning on losing some of them, right? But yeah, they got all that, so no problem there. It's not like they're cursed to not have any money. They literally own the printing presses. They're not cursed to not be able to have sex. They have all the money. And what are women obsessed with? Money. They have money to get duck lips. And what are people obsessed with? Duck lips. And they have money to get blonde hair dye. And what are people obsessed with? Obviously, blonde hair. If they had to do the Marilyn Monroe thing. They have money for hair straighteners. What are people obsessed with? That's right. They have. What are they lacking? How are they cursed? They're cursed to be able to have to manipulate people into worshiping them as their people, as gods, and writing a whole bunch of books about it, and setting up some, a whole bunch of donation centers for them to tell you that they're cursed, so you can donate to them, so they can go buy Ferraris and some candy for their girlfriend. I don't know what candy kids like these days, but they probably do. Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing. It's all amazing. Fucking a waste of time. This is my last video I'm making of any of this shit. Fucking, the humans know what they've been doing. They've been doing it my whole fucking life.